regarding the two attorneys, either one of them have the authority to draft the ordinances. If Corporation Council wants to draft the ordinances, that's fine. Whatever we need to do to keep moving this along, we're fine. Thank you very much.
Okay, now, you have to realize is that when you talk about monies, when you got both attorneys working on the same project, you spend money.
Well,
Okay,
Madam
that's
Mayor,
not- I'm
you
saying.
just said one attorney didn't do something and the other one did do something. So you don't have both lawyers working on one project.
What I just said is that we're not gonna have two attorneys working on the same projects and paying double money, triple money. That's what I said.
First of all, when it comes to spending money and getting work done, we ought to have some controls over our jumping up and acting without the whole board knowing. I'm looking at attorney fees where trustees are calling attorneys and we're paying. That's not coming before us until we get the bill, but the act has happened already. I don't care if it's $2, 25 cents, whatever. If it's 1 cent, it's still the taxpayers' money, and if it goes for one, it goes for us all. And we all have access to the bill to know what I'm referring to without putting anybody on blast. It should come before the board, before anybody goes spending money around here. Talk about saving, let's save, let's all of us save. Then we have the executive meeting and we gotta go through this, we should be done with the meeting by now.
Yes, okay. Trustee Maxson? Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on, trustee. I did see trustee Fitzgerald Robinson. Trustee Robinson.
When it comes to the police department issue with the cars, we need cars. It's time out for talking about it, it's time to do something about it. Even if, we have to, talk about getting a line of credit somehow, because last year, the officers couldn't even get to half their cars, flying in the ditches. We had more cars getting pulled out in the ditches last year than anything. Whenever it snowed, them were real drive cars. They're not made for the snow. And then we talk about getting the Ford, the little Fords. That's not gonna work due to the fact your officers stand 6 feet and the cars are so little, where's the prisoner gonna sit at? The cars are small. We need to at least purchase at least 2 Explorers for the police department where they can get around. It don't make no sense for us to keep going back and forth. These other cars, they just had one of the rear ends to fall off the car a month ago. So it don't make sense to keep going through this stuff, patching them cars up like that. And the cars they got from Markham have electrical shorts. The light, half the lights work, half of them don't work. The front ends falling off, tie rod ends. I mean, the problem is, I think if we actually sit down and have Michi, the TIF attorney, and we draw. See, they've been going in the TIF without the proper documents in place. You put the documents in place and say you're gonna pay the TIF back and get them their cars. They need cars.
Okay.
Discussion.
You know, I think that at this point in time, the bottom line is that we do not have the money. We are working with the treasurer to see what we can do to try to get a line of credit, or if we can go for a lease, things of that nature. So this is something that will be like an ongoing discussion, and right now we have consumed enough time on these issues, okay? So we will move on.
Mayor,
Yes.
skip over the tampering fee.
The what?
Go back.
No,
They
wait,
got
wait,
to
no,
ordinance on that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna follow the direction and advice of our professional treasurer in giving us advice as to what we're gonna do, try to get a lease or try to get a line of credit and try to get these cars for police officers. Okay, moving forward, the Public Works and Water Committee, Chairperson Trustee Fitzgerald Roberts and Superintendent Hubert Darden. They want to approve of hiring 2 part-time public works employees, Trustee Fitzgerald Roberts, Trustee Michael Smith.
I make that motion.
Second.
Discussion by the whole board.
Discussion.
Trustee Davis.
Are we replacing or these are new?
You replacing, trustee. We had 3 to leave. We had 3. We had the secretary left, and we had 2 others. So we replaced.
Secretary?
She wasn't the secretary, but, she filled the position, but she wasn't a secretary.
So we're looking to
Working.
replace her position.
She's a worker. Yes.
Part-time.
Part-time. And we
So
need-
you have
we
2
need
people
that help.
ready that has been, gone through HR and
Yeah, they've
every
been
person
through
can
HR.
be ready.
They've been interviewed.
Are you ready to
Just waiting on
present them
them.
tonight? Are they here?
No, they're not here.
Oh.
We had to pass.
But they want to come in front of the board so they can see them in person.
Well, we can probably do that at the next meeting.
Okay.
Would it be coming in at the same rate of pay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I assume we won't, be approved by the board since they're not here in person.
It's a motion on the floor, man.
It wasn't second.
It was
If they
second.
can
It was
approve-
second.
Hold on one second.
Trustee Mike
Excuse me.
Smith, man.
Trustee,
If they've been approved by HR, then, I don't oppose, and we need people on the street, you know, which makes sense that we move to bring the people on. I would like that we do that.
okay, but if you do it for one, you got to do it for the others. You said in your ordinances, your law, that you want the person that we're hiring to come in from the board. Okay, so we cannot, hold on, so we cannot discriminate with that. If you want one department to do it, you have to have the other. So what you said is that you want the people that you hire, so you know who they are, to come in from the board.
Okay, great.
That's not an ordinance.
Well, in the
That's not
ordinance
in
or
the
not,
ordinance.
but it's a matter of record.
Okay. But we'll need it be,
Trustee
bring
Janine
it up
Smith.
at the next meeting.
Right, the, discussion is that the superintendent did say that he'll have them here at the next meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll withdraw my motion.
You are right.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're tabling this to the next meeting.
Yes, so they'll be able to visibly see them. Okay, moving on. Approval of $1,200 for Public Works uniform. Trustee Fitzgerald Roberts and Trustee Michael Smith.
So,
That's an approval, okay, the whole board discussion, Trustee Davis.
Is this for all the public workers' uniforms?
Yes,
combined?
Just for, the full-timers.
Just the full timers? So that's not all. Okay, full time. How many
Is
full
this
timers?
for cleaning or just purchase?
so that's
just
to purchase. To purchase, all the,
Just 3 apiece.
all the public work employees over there, give everybody three trousers and 3 shirts.
Is this part of their contract?
Well,
Union
ma'am-
Contract, I just asked the question, is it part of their union contract?
Mayor, I'm finna tell you.
Oh, okay.
The thing about it is that the board been promising them their uniforms, and it's also in the contract. When I first came aboard, here with the village, we were ordered to, get them boots at one point, and uniforms, we never got it. They never got nothing. We got our public works walking around here in blue jeans and different shirts, and people don't know who they are. The vest don't really mean nothing, that little vest. Our public work should be dressed all alike, in uniform. We had one of our public work guys to get threatened because the man didn't know who he was. He had on a white t-shirt and pair of blue jeans.
I think we had that discussion before.
We had it before, and we talked about it before the board even voted back in 2011 to get them uniforms, and we still haven't got it yet. They still haven't got one pair of pants yet. I'm still talking, sir. And also the thing of it is, the water department is out here working hard, and they pulling in all the revenue around here. And we can't get them their uniforms.
We did not say we can't get the union.
No, well, I'm just saying, because we
Just
keep
ask
going,
the
we keep
question.
going through the same thing about these uniforms. I shouldn't even be bringing this up, even talking about uniforms, because we voted for it back in 2011. We voted again in 2012 for them to have it. And they still don't have no uniform.
Discussion.
Yes, Trustee
if I have an issue with the price, I wanna know detail about it.
Trustee.
You just said we need 2 more employees, I'm asking, is this gonna cover all the employees? And, the superintendent was kind enough to say, no, just a full time. My answer is satisfied, and I feel like this, if we voted twice to get them and we haven't, we still owe it to them. I'm not trying to bulldoze or say they don't get them, they need them, because they come to my door and don't have on one, and I don't know if they won't get in.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Now, the part-time, excuse me, the part-time employees, they still employees.
Right.
So what they gonna have on?
Well, we
They
could
need
probably give them, t-shirts,
Probably.
matching t-shirts or whatever.
They need
I
to be
don't, I don't think we ought to spend money on part-timers that.
I know we have to have like a uniform, Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
And if they
I
deny
watch
it,
other, I
if
watch
they did not,
other
if the
municipalities.
full-time has some type of uniform on, then all our part-timers
We
should.
can match them up with reflector,
Okay.
t-shirts or whatever.
Okay, so we be responsible for getting them something
Yeah.
to match up,
Yeah.
okay?
I think they all should be in unison.
Yes.
And
it should be.
represent.
Yeah.
Well,
Trustee
most
Corner.
of our part-timers, they won't be going door to door. They cutting grass and they're not doing water or something like that. People that read the meters, they do water, they'll be going to your house.
And it's
Those are the full-time.
correct, it's seasonal, they're not permanent employees. And you would buy permanent.
Why would I buy them?
Okay, hold on 1 second, we'll have the attorney.
Figure it out.
Mayor,
Attorney Thompson.
Mayor, again, this is something that was not brought to my attention before I saw the agenda. I do not have the public works, department, collective bargaining agreement in front of me. That's important because, they are, on a collective bargaining agreement. It's important to know what it is that the collective bargaining agreement says regarding uniforms, if anything, and whether or not we can require it, and whether or not there is any, specifications. So, the short answer is, I haven't seen it, I don't know the answer to that, and I'll be happy to look at it.
Mayor,
Thank you.
can I be addressed, Mayor?
Okay, hold on, I hear a lot of conversation going on. Trustee Rob.
Corporate counsel,
Yes, sir.
the, thing of it is, we need our public workers in uniform. We're not making them wear uniform. Public work is asking us for uniform. Each employee over there, they would like to be in uniform. They asking for them. And again, like I said, if you go back into your agreement, you will see where we had voted for them to get their uniforms, and we never got them. They asking to be in uniform. It's not like we making them wear uniforms. They tired of wearing blue jeans and T-tops, tank top shirts, and white T-shirts. They tired of wearing that. But we was out there today at the water main break. I went out there with them. They couldn't even stop the cars and flag them down due to the fact they didn't have nothing but that. One of them had on a vest and the other one had on blue jeans. We would like to put them in uniform.
I'm not
And
objecting.
since they-
No one objected.
None of that, all I'm saying is,
Well,
no one asked me about it.
Well,
Ask me about the collective bargaining agreement, and you cannot negotiate with it.
Well, I would like to put the motion on the floor to, for, $1,200 to
He's
get them
not
in uniform.
understanding what the lawyer is saying. He's not
Well, I
understanding.
I think he's misunderstanding what the attorney is
I
saying.
understand exactly what.
Well, let's take the appropriate steps. Let's allow him to see what the contract says. We're not denying the uniform.
But again, now we're gonna pay the attorney to read, to see what the contract's saying, and the public works guy.
Read it yourself.
That's what he's here for. That's exactly what he's here for.
I think, hold on 1 second, hold on 1 second, let's get some order here. Hold on 1 second. Let's get some order, there's a lot of conversation going on.
Discussion.
Attorney Thompson.
Mayor, board, citizens, I don't have any interest one way or the other about uniforms for public works employees. If you say it's something they need, I take your word for it. My only point is simply, they are collectively bargained. There is an exclusive bargaining. There is a contract. We have to comply with the contract. If you had mentioned this to me before tonight, I could have looked, I could have brought the contract, we could have addressed this issue.
Okay.
I can't do that, so you can do whatever you want to do. All I'm saying is, I don't know what the contract says regarding uniforms, whether it's an allowance, we owe them something or what. And I can't tell no without reviewing the contract.
This
Okay,
discussion.
all right, so there, like I said, we do not need another motion on the floor to expend money for the uniforms when we have already done that. Only thing we need to do is move forward and make sure that the, public works guys get the required uniforms that's needed, according to the collective bargaining agreement, and that's when we're gonna move on,
Discussion.
okay?
Discussions.
Trustee Maxson.
Attorney Thompson, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you receive the agenda before you come to the meeting on Thursday? You receive your agenda on Thursday, so.
Wait a minute, I have to review that.
No, I'm not talking about the collective bargaining agreement. You receive your agenda, so you can send us, if you have a question about what we're doing on the agenda, you can email it to us instead of coming out here saying you don't know, because we all know that the agendas are posted, they sent to everybody. Everybody gets a chance to look at the agenda to see what it is. We need to do our due diligence and making sure, if you see that there's an error, don't let it come before the board and then not say anything. Email it. Now, what I do appreciate of legislative council, if they do see something on the agenda that is
Okay, that's what I thought.
an issue, they make sure that they email back and say, what is this, clerk? I would like further information, or you need to make sure that it's like this or it's like that. So I expect the same courtesy. We're paying you to do a job on behalf of the village. So that's all I'm asking. So don't get here like, I never saw this agenda before. It's just made up and nobody knows what happened.
Okay,
Put something on the agenda.
trustee Michael Smith, it's such things as due respect, okay? And that's what you lack. That you learn to respect
Right.
the people of professionalism.
Professionalism, right.
You got to learn how to respect them.
That's right.
And I did say kids. Okay, so moving on, any other discussion? So we're very clear on that. Anything else, Superintendent?
That's it.
Approval of black expedition given back to the public works. Approval of the black expedition given back to the public works. Trustee Raymond Levine, trustee Michael Smith.
Discussion.
We can table this
Discussion.
item too. We can table it.
You do not have the floor, young man.
Yeah.
Trustee Davis,
When did the expedition belong to Public Works? I thought that expedition was the
They adopted it,
expedition
yes.
from the, but that's not what we do business. That was the fire department. And am I understanding correctly that that was purchased with grant funds? Do you know, Mr. Lewis?
I'm not sure it was a person grant funds, but it did belong to the fire department.
Right, we
And it
gotta
was
make
paint-
sure before
We
we
had
start.
it painted black for the police department so that they would have a four-wheel, but the chief is sitting right next to me, so he can address it.
okay,
What's going on?
We need to check
we
and
had
see
voted,
grant funds.
when, the former chief was here to have that expedition given to the, police department.
Okay, so,
Yes,
but
we did.
what I'm saying also, I understand we voted, and I do know they had it and it was painted black, but we better make sure it wasn't purchased with grant money. Because grantors do have stipulations on equipment or things that they, give to us. It may not even be able to be used for anything other than what it was given to us for. You see what I'm saying? I'm not sure, but that just popped in mind when I saw this on the agenda, so.
I'll have to check.
I can
on that.
find out. I can confirm if it was, and if it was, it.
Yvonne Davis.
Right, it's not required.
Trustee Yvonne Davis.
Trustee Levine,
It was told to me that it was Public Works at first. Well, I just got him board, so I don't know.
okay, so let's hear a
But
second.
yes, Public Works told me that was their vehicle at first, and they said when they go out and reach the water, they gotta use the trucks and it's burning too much fuel. So I was like, Stacy told me about that.
Rather being the second by Michael Smith for
Okay.
reinstatement.
Michael, Philip Mackey. Okay, now, the motion has been, moved and has been seconded. Now it could be a discussion so everybody can hear what you're talking about. Okay, discussion. Trustee Levine?
Everybody already know who Mackey is, we know he's not president. We know who Officer Mackey is.
Okay, trustee Janita Smith?
Now, the residents, because we have asked for our employees, and that's what we ask public work, we ask the chief. He misunderstood it, but we planned on him being here this evening. But, because we did ask to have him come before the board.
Okay, Chief?
Currently, he's working on a case, and I thought that you all wanted, we all know who he is, I thought that you wanted to be brought before the board, not him himself, so he's working on a case right now, but I thought that you all wanted him to be brought before the board, so it can be brought in the right way. I didn't know that actually he was supposed to be here, he's on a case right now, so even if he was, he wouldn't have been able to be in attendance tonight. But I thought that you all wanted to come before the board so that you could approve him, not because you say he was brought in and it wasn't approved through the board of trustees.
Okay.
So that's what I thought we were, that's
So
why I
let's
put
make
it
it
on the
very
agenda.
clear. He's working on a case for the village of Dixmoor, but the board want to see him visually. You all want to see him, but he can't be here because he's working on a very important case right now for the village.
Ma'am, I think we should be discussing.
Hold on one second.
Closed session.
Yeah,
Okay.
Advised by the legislative.
Okay, so we can do that, okay. We will go, I hear the board, sense of the board.
First name was Joseph.
Correct, Joseph Lacoste,
Of course.
L-A capital C.